The Chopard Alpine Eagle collection was introduced in 2019, and in the following 6 years, the luxury sports watch has taken on a life of its own. At Watches and Wonders 2025, a new trinity of Alpine Eagle watches made their debut. Across these three novelties, we have a first for the collection, an advancement in materials, and an exciting new tourbillon. Let's start with my personal favourite of the new releases, the 41 SL Cadence 8HF, the newest addition to Chopard's high-frequency watches. Not only does this watch contain the latest ultra-fast beating movement from the Swiss brand, but it's also the lightest Alpine Eagle they've ever created, with a case and movement made entirely from ceramized titanium, ensuring no gram goes to waste. The case measures 41mm across and 9.75mm thick, and it has gained a hardness of 1000 Vickers thanks to a process oxidizing the titanium using electroplasma technology. This develops the watch's anthracite grey colour that is carried across the movement, which has been given the exact same treatment, with as many of its components as possible being made out of the same grade 5 titanium. The movement continues a long line of high-frequency calibers from Chopard, and speaks to the brand's advantages of being a vertically integrated manufacturer with its own movement maker. The Chopard caliber 01.14C runs at lightning quick 8 Hz, double the speed of a standard movement, yet still achieves 60 hours of power reserve. It can do all this thanks to the use of monocrystalline silicon across pallet lever, escape wheel, and impulse pin. Turning the watch over, the monochromatic dial keeps the rich texture that the Alpine Eagle collection has been known for, but does away with any rich colours, opting instead for a deep black that is matched by the shadowy applied numerals and handset, only contrasted by bright flashes of orange that have come to signify Chopard's high frequency range. There is a small tone-on-tone date window at 4 that has been pushed all the way to the edge of the dial. All of this high frequency, high-tech material will set you back a relatively low amount of $25,000 US, but it is limited to 250 pieces. Now, platinum is often thought as the pinnacle of precious metals, and it has finally reached the Alpine Eagle collection with the new 41 XP CS Platinum. While it may appear at first glance to be a standard model just cast in a new metal, there have been a couple of subtle design tweaks that make this feel ever so slightly more refined than previous versions. To mark this model out as being made from platinum, Chopard has adopted its own hand-engraved hallmark of a small bumblebee that can be found tucked just underneath the left shoulder of the watch. This is a symbol that the brand has adopted since the 19th century, identifying with the insect's hard-working and collaborative nature. The dial is a light blue colour that many in the watch world associate with platinum, with Chopard labelling their particular version of it Shades of Ice, continuing the tradition of giving dial colours names that link them back to the Alps. And this dial is shown off even more here, as the bezel of the watch has been thinned down to really open up that Shades of Ice colour, making this 41mm case feel slightly smaller than its true size. Inside we have the exceptional movement from Chopard's LUC range, the caliber 96.42L. That ensures this sports watch is able to keep pace with the brand's highest end movements. The final watch in this new collection comes in the most common of case materials, but with one of the least common of movements. The Alpine Eagle Flying Tourbillon comes encased in the brand's trademark recycled steel, Lucent Steel, comprised of at least 80% recycled materials, which gives this watch a surprising luster without the weight of a precious metal. The LUC 96.24L makes its first appearance inside the Alpine Eagle line, despite it having been around since 2022. The classical complication creates a wonderful contrast with the modern, sporty aesthetic that the Alpine Eagle has really made its own over its short lifespan, meaning that this watch can go seamlessly from sports to dress in the blink of an eagle's eye. The previously mentioned LUC caliber has reached Poisson de Genève certification, meaning that the level of finishing on display through the sapphire caseback is among some of the finest found in the city of Geneva. Thanks to the thinness of the movement, the watch's overall thickness only clocks in at 8mm, adding to the classy vibes this watch gives off. To ensure the flying tourbillon continues to soar for as long as possible, Chopard has built 2 barrels into the movement using the brand's twin technology, which means the barrels are mounted coaxially without compromising the svelteness that is characteristic of this model. Overall, these 3 new additions to the Alpine Eagle push the collection to new heights in watchmaking and material uses. There is no doubt in my mind that this family of integrated bracelet sports watches will continue its sharp ascent through the brand's collection and the perception of watch lovers around the world. And let us know in the comments which of these 3 new watches you would take home.